I've got all the Stray Kids songs right here, and we're going to go through all of them and rank them just to see which ones are their best, essentially. I've got 5 rankings. We've got the top line. This is like the best of their songs. You know, there's not going to be many up here. It's going to be strict. Or that's the goal so far. We will see. It might change. Then below it, we've got 5-star Michelin. This is like really good songs, but not quite their best. And then there's I Like It. This is like right in the middle. Good, but not great. Then there's Just a Little Bit. This is the kind of okay songs. Hopefully there aren't many, but they definitely have their weaker songs. And lastly, there's Not My Jam. This is going to be those bottom ones. We're going to start right off with Elevator. Elevator, actually, I didn't care for this one for a little bit. It took me a little bit to actually like it. And now, because of watching the survival show, that's when I started to actually like it more. Now I'd have to place it around the I Like It, unfortunately. Beware was another one that I didn't like at first. This one didn't grow on me for quite a while, even after watching the survival show. But now, I'd say it's about maybe upper 5-star Michelin. I'd put it in 5-star Michelin. Now, Spread My Wings, though. This one is pretty good. This is my opinion. Oh, maybe not the best one. I don't know. Because here's the thing. Glow 2 is a really good one. Glow is really good on the mixtape. I think it's the best song of the 3 unit songs out of School Life, 4419, and Glow. Glow is probably the best one. Honestly, okay, hear me out. I think Glow is probably the best one on here. I think the Glow is the best one on mixtape. And Yeah 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 Yeah, I liked it for a little bit, but it's kind of fallen out for me. School Life is another one that I liked right away, but now it's kind of fallen down too. So I don't know if it's like a phase where songs just kind of fall out, but something like that. 4419, however, I don't like this one that much. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember exactly how it goes because I haven't heard it in a while, but it just didn't stand out to me, unfortunately. Now we're on to I Am Not. Not is probably the best intro song out of all the songs, or all of the albums with a dedicated intro. I think this one sets up the song, the album, and the series very well. It's a really strong intro. But on its own, I think it's only a middle area. District 9, this one is better, by far. I think it's a strong debut track. I think it works really well for their sound. It showcases them incredibly well. Really interesting choreography as well, where they're jumping around and flipping the script like they're talking about. It ties in really, really well. Now Mirror, I'm going to be honest, not one of my favorites either. I think I Am Not has some really good songs and some kind of okay songs on it. It's very clear that it's their first album. Awaken for me is another one of those, kind of low. Rock, same thing, unfortunately. Grow Up, though, I like this one a lot. I like kind of the melody and the melodic hip-hop rap in it. I think that works really well for the song. And it kind of ties both of their sides in very well. Where you got the hard hitting songs with District 9, and then they're kind of softer, Grow Up sort of vibes. Third Eye, this is a popular one. This is a popular one on I Am Not for a lot of people. I, however, haven't really cared for it all that much. I think there's better songs on the album, unfortunately. Who, another one of the intros. I think this one, it's okay, but I think Not is much better. I haven't listened to this song on its own very much. My Pace, however, I, for whatever reason, don't care for it. I'm sorry. It's just not one that I really cared for. It's my least favorite title track by a lot. I think, was it Voices? I think it was Voices that they promoted with. Voices was a better song. I like this one. Question. Ooh, Question. I forget how this song goes. Hold on. Okay, it's this song. Yeah, this is kind of going to be one of my lower ones on I Am Who. unfortunately. It's better than My Pace, but it's still kind of a lower one. Then Insomnia. I think Insomnia is a pretty good one on I Like It as well. MIA. I don't remember how it goes, but I know I didn't really care for it that much. Sorry, MIA. Awkward Silence, though. This one, best song on the album, by far. I think it's a really fun one. Then we got the last one of the series, You. I think it ties up the whole series pretty well, but it's just, I don't know, it's very clear it's just an intro. So for that reason, I gotta put it in just a little bit too. I Am You. This is one I didn't like at first either. It sounded different for their sound, and I just couldn't get into it. But now, honestly, one of my favorite songs that they've ever put out. Really like it. However, I don't like much of the other stuff on the album. My Side has to be kind of low. Hero Soup is kind of low. Get Lit would have been here, but as of like 2 weeks ago, I've been getting into it a little bit more, and I think it's moved up to about, I'd say middle, like upper middle. It's certainly grown on me. NS, unfortunately, got to be low too. But 0325, this one is really good. I love 0325. I love how they wrote this song and then they deconstructed it into the intros. Part of it is in Not, part of it's in Who, part of it's in You, and it all comes together into the last song on the album, or at least the digital album. And, you know, it ties the series together really well. And it's a fairly strong track on its own. I'm a big fan of it. I really like it. Now, the first feature, Changbin on You Like the Wind. It's a hard one to judge, because here's the thing. They didn't write the song, I don't believe. I believe it was mostly, what's his name? Yoonji Sung and Changbin. I think Changbin wrote his part, but he didn't really write much of the song itself. And it's not one of my favorites, unfortunately. Entrance. First one of Clay 1 Miro, or Claro for short, I guess. Entrance is an interesting one. I like how it ties all the songs of the album, or most of the songs of the album, into it. But I've never cared for it that much on its own. It's a good song in the sense that it opens to the album really well. But they have better songs on the album. Miro's a great one. I don't know anyone that doesn't like Miro that much. Victory Song is one of the earlier songs that I actually heard. I liked it at first. It's kind of fallen out a little bit, but I still think it's definitely one of their better ones. Maze and Memories, however, I don't care for it a ton. Boxer goes up there pretty high. I like this one too. Chronosaurus, I know a lot of people actually like this one quite a lot, but kind of like Get Lit, it's never Get Lit, not Get Lit, Get Cool. It's never really stuck with me all that much. Same with Third Eye, that's what I was trying to say. 19's an interesting one because it's very lyrical driven, and obviously I don't speak Korean, so I can't really understand that lyric message while I'm listening to it. But I do quite like the overall style of the song. So for that, I think I put it up rather high compared to the other Miro tracks. Now we have Side Effects. Honestly, I like it. This is a good one. I don't think it's their best of Clay, but it's certainly not their worst song ever. And then TMT. Ooh. How does this song go? Hold on. Oh, it's this song. Yeah, I like TMT. I think it's one of the can't talk. I think it's one of the better ones of Clay Yellowwood, without including the mixtapes. So those are later on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all the mixtapes got squished into Skiz 2021. Then their first OST song, Neverending Story. Honestly, I think a lot of OST songs are kind of bland. A few of them are really just vocal driven. They're just ballads, and usually, unfortunately, they don't have much to them. I think a big reason for that is because, well, Stray Kids aren't writing the song. It's just being given to them, so they're not able to put their input into it and make it into the great songs that they can make. So unfortunately, I have to put it kind of low. Then we have Stop or Road Not Taken. This is one where they extended it a little bit. So it was originally on Clay 2, but I guess extended the song into what we know now as Stop. This one, honestly, I don't think it gets appreciated enough. I like it a lot. I think it really hypes up the album and then kind of switches up because it goes into Double Knot. Double Knot is a strong song too, very aggressive, but the main track of the album isn't like that. Levanter really doesn't carry that high energy quite like the other two songs do, and it kind of, I don't know, surprises you. So for that, not because of that, but Levanter is actually one of my favorites as well. I didn't care for it at first, but it certainly grew on me over time. Booster is an interesting one. I go back and forth about this song. I have it in my playlist, but the thing is, I haven't gone out of my way to listen to it a whole lot. So unfortunately, I do have to put this one a little bit lower. Astronaut, this is a fun one. This is interesting because it was released in December, but it feels more like a summer song almost. It's kind of got like almost like an emptiness to it though, where it feels warm, but it also feels cold. It's really interesting. I don't know how they managed to do that so well. Sunshine. I like the meaning, but I don't care for the song itself all the time. You Can Stay, one of their best songs. I really like this one. I'm not a huge fan of stay-focused songs lyrically, but I feel like probably all of them, are really strong as songs themselves. I think they do really well of that. Maybe not 0801. 0801 hasn't stuck on me quite yet. That one's still growing. Then Gone Days. Their first mixtape ever. First mixtape song. Honestly, again, there's this one. Didn't like it a ton at first. I thought it was kind of boring. But then I was watching was it a Skiz Code or a Skiz Talker? Some sort of video I was watching, and they had the song play in the background, and I really liked it then. And I went and listened to the song, and now I like it more. On Track is an interesting one. I don't think this one gets enough appreciation either. I think On Track is a really strong song. And the music video accompanied with it works really well for the song too. Kind of. I don't think the themes align super great, but it's kind of a nice uplifting song without, I don't know, overstepping it almost. I'll give it a 5-star Michelin. And then we have the Japanese songs for Tower of God. Top and Slump. I think, unfortunately, Top is just kind of okay. Slump, I think this one's better. Slump is good. Top is, unfortunately, just kind of a song. I think at the time they didn't have great experience with writing these opening songs. So obviously it's not going to be their best one. God's Menu. Not my jam. No. God's Menu is easily one of their best songs. Still holds up really well after 5 years. I mentioned this in one of the videos. It's really interesting what they did with this song, because there's so much in it that really shouldn't work, but somehow it does. Like going from the chorus into the verse is by far the hardest part of writing songs, in my opinion. I think that it's simple enough to try and write from something small in a verse, bring it up to the pre-chorus into the chorus, but then wrapping it down into something low and slowing that hype down is hard to do right. And the way they did it is really interesting, because it doesn't necessarily hit you in a way that you feel, ew, I don't like that. That doesn't feel right. But they hit you in a way that kind of brings you into it even more. So for that, I think it's why it actually got so much attention, because of how well they did that part, as well as the actual hook of the song. That chorus stands up very well. Yeah, so top line for sure. Easy. Easy's an interesting one. I gotta put it 5-star Michelin, just because. No, I think it's gonna be 5-star Michelin. Pacemaker. See, here's the thing for me. A lot of the Go Live B-sides are good, but they're not necessarily memorable in my mind. And maybe that's just because I haven't listened to them as much as other songs, but I haven't ever felt a strong attachment to them. So Pacemaker is actually kind of a lower song. Same with Airplane, Another Day. Phobia, though, I like this one. Blueprint's pretty good. Ta's a good one, though. I like Ta. And Haven. Like I said earlier about You Could Stay, I haven't cared for lyrical stay-focused songs. And Haven is one of those too. Unfortunately, just hasn't stuck with me, lyrically or structurally. Hello Stranger, this is an interesting one. I don't think this one is talked about very often, and I think a lot of people actually forget about it. I think it's an interesting song, but it's just there's not necessarily anything too special about it, unfortunately. Like, I think it deserves to be discussed, but it definitely is not their best song. So it's definitely in that middle ground area. Tortoise and the Hare, also known as Go Live. Honestly, I think Go Live and the Tortoise and the Hare are really interesting separate tracks, because it's not like Stop and Road Not Taken, where they just kind of tweaked it in extended parts. Tortoise and the Hare, they actually add to it. They add different parts in with it and kind of give it new meaning. So I think for that, it certainly gets more interesting, and I think stands up really well on its own. Then we have Backdoor. Backdoor is a really good one. I think the choreography is very interesting in the sense that it's utilizing the lyrics more, and they're utilizing each other. I love choreography where they work with each other for something, and it's not necessarily just something they're doing on their own. And I think that as TikTok or Instagram have grown, and they focused on kind of prioritizing the choreographies to be individualized for those TikTok dance challenges or whatever, we've kind of lost that almost teamwork within choreographies outside of or inside of the chorus. It's usually just outside of it that we see that. And I think it's kind of a loss. I think those kind of choruses are really interesting. But the song on its own is still really good. Be Me. Be Me's an interesting one. So many of these are interesting. Be Me, though, I'm going to go middle. And then Any. And then, Any. I think it's interesting how they tie the lyrical almost comparison, where Any is obviously anything, but it's also Korean for no. And I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, middle. X. A lot of people like this. Not one for me. We Go. Ooh, We Go is the best unit track on In Life, and I will stand by that. WoW is down there. My Universe is there. All In. Best song on the album. One of their best Japanese songs. Fam. Also really good. Not their best, but still pretty good. One Day. Unfortunately, just kind of okay. Not one of my favorites. Going Dumb, I don't even know how this song happened. They didn't write it at all. I don't know why they collaborated with Alesso. It didn't make much sense. It wasn't even a collaboration technically. It's really just a remix with them on it. So I don't know why this existed, to be honest. Wolfgang is a good one. Wolfgang's pretty good. I think it totally fit the Kingdom aspect as well as No Easy. So it was interesting to see it kind of build off of each other. Mixtape O, I gotta say, is unfortunately one of their weaker mixtape songs. I think Mixtape O has to go kind of maybe down here, unfortunately. Cheese, however, Cheese is one of their best intro songs. I think this song is really good. It's really fun. And obviously the meaning behind it works really well. I think that it ties into or introduces the album meaning very well. And, you know, obviously, great opener. Right, gets right into the energy that is throughout No Easy, or at least the earlier songs. Thunderous. Thunderous is one I've kind of fallen out of lately. Thunderous used to be my favorite for a while. I really liked the choreography in it. And not one of my favorites now. But I do have to still rank it up there pretty high because it's Thunderous. Who doesn't like Thunderous? Domino. Domino has one of those amazing choreographies. I think Stray Kids do really well with their choreographies. Weedon Boys are great at choreographing for their songs because they understand it really well. They understand the meaning and they also understand kind of the musical tie-ins, because it's not just about where the beats are and trying to get onto the beat, but also, you know, almost thinking about what kind of instruments are being put inside of here. Because you got the xylophone going down, right? And that's exactly what they do too with their movements. So anyways, Domino, top line, easy. Sick. Ooh, this is another one that doesn't get talked about a ton. I think it's good, but I don't think it's the best. The View, also just kind of okay. Sorry I Love You. Sorry Changbin. Silent Cry. Oh, y'all are gonna hate me. Secret Secret. Star Lost. Oh, I feel like a horrible person right now. Red Lights. Maybe like... See, here's the thing. I think it's a good song, but it's a little weird. But I'll put it up there. Surfin's fun. Gone Away. Ooh, I feel like these ballads where it's like Sungmin or Ian, or in this case Han too, I feel like they get kind of ignored or forgotten, but they're usually pretty good. Like Gone Away is amazing. Cinema is amazing. We'll get to that one in a little bit. But I feel like they get forgotten because people are so used to that strong, aggressive sound. So they're not necessarily going to care for these ones as much. Like Here Always. Here Always is good. Not the best of Sungmin's OSTs, but it's still a really good one. He did well with his performance. I know he didn't write it necessarily. Scars is an interesting one too. I think that their Japanese songs, obviously, they're for a different market, and I think that market appreciates a very different sound, and I think it's interesting how most of their Japanese songs really carry kind of a similar vibe. It's just interesting to see how focused they are on that specific market. And for me, Scars is actually one of their better ones as well. Kind of up there. I'd put it there. I think it's quite well. Call. I actually don't remember how Call goes that well. I'll put it there for now. Mirror Mirror. Ooh, this is an interesting one because I've been seeing it pop up outside of K-pop as well. People are really enjoying Millie's part in Mirror Mirror. And I think Changbin did really well with his part. Did he write this song? I think he might have just written his rap. But it's a great song on its own as well. Good one. Christmas songs. We're at the Christmas Evil part. Christmas Evil. Honestly, I think it's a good song even outside of Christmas. I think it's a fun one. It's an interesting song because they're kind of putting a spin on those Christmas sort of songs where so many songs are about how wonderful and joyous the holidays are. But for a lot of people, it really isn't like that. And that Christmas kind of spirit doesn't really apply very far. Where, you know, you got all the songs saying it's so joyous and awesome. You got to be super excited about that. But it's not, is the thing. And I think it's okay to be admitting that. It's not necessarily an anti-Christmas song, but, you know, just talking about, yeah, you know, 24 to 25. Also up there with Christmas Evil. Oh, no. Not 24 to 25. Winter Falls. That's the one. Winter Falls is a good one. This is another one of those ballads where I feel like people don't necessarily attach to it right away or grasp it, but it is a strong song. And then we have the mixtapes. Number 1, Placebo. Ooh, I think I gotta put it here. Behind the Light, mixtape number 2. This one is really good. I like this one a lot. I think it might be... No, not my favorite, but one of my favorite mixtape songs of the numbered ones. And then number 3, For You. Also don't really care for this one all that much. Broken Compass. This is my other favorite. I like Broken Compass a ton. This one definitely is on their top line. I think they turned this song into something else really well and adapted it. Hoodie Season. Unfortunately, not one of my favorites either. And then we have Three Roch's collab song, Just Breathe, with Sky High. This is a very aggressive song, very loud, and of Three Roch's post-debut songs, I think it's one of their lower ones. Like if we're counting, obviously, Three Rocha, the self-titled track, We Go, or Heyday even, I think those are all better than Just Breathe, but it's not necessarily bad. So I'm going to put it at 5-star. We got a lot left. I didn't realize how many songs they put out. Wow. Alright, Venom. Another one of their great intro songs, or opening songs. Stray Kids do really well with their opening songs. Maniac. Is this my question? Maniac's the top line. Charmer's the top line. Charmer goes all the way up there. Freeze is good. Not their best, but pretty good. Lonely Street. I used to like this one more. I'm not sure what happened, but at some point I just decided I didn't care for it anymore. And since then, I haven't listened to it all the way through in a while. But I did like it at one point. Waiting for Us. Ooh. This is an interesting one. I actually prefer Waiting for Us over Muddy Water. I did a poll like a year ago, and I was asking which song is better, Waiting for Us or Muddy Water. And I was really surprised to see most people go for Muddy Water, because on Spotify, their streams are pretty equal. So I wondered, oh, well, maybe it'll be equal here too. But it wasn't. And I was really surprised about that, because Waiting for Us is definitely one of my favorite songs from Stray Kids. I really like that song. Muddy Water, just okay. Circus, fun one, love it. Fairy Tale, ooh, Fairy Tale. I actually haven't heard this song very much, I'll be honest. Same with Your Eyes. I haven't heard much of their... I haven't really listened to their Japanese B-sides a ton on their own. No Problem. No Problem was actually one of my first few songs I listened to of Stray Kids. Because the thing is, when I was first getting into K-pop, I primarily listened to girl group music. I didn't care much for boy group sounds for a while. I kind of liked that more bubblegummy pop sound, and then eventually I leaned into more of that. And No Problem has that a ton. That sort of poppy feel to it. And I will actually put this at the top line. I think it's a really good song. It's not necessarily a Stray Kids song. I think Felix does really well with it. I think he complements the song very well. But as a Stray Kids song, I don't think it's that good. I don't think it holds up well for Stray Kids. But for Nyan and for Twice, really good. I like it a lot. Time Out. Ooh. This is another one. This was dedicated for Stay. Came out on Stay birthday. Ooh. I'm not sure. 5-star Michelin. Or I like it. Or even lower. No. Not lower. I'm going to put it at I like it. Right in the middle. Heyday. Said it earlier. Great song. Great song. Someone pointed out to me a couple days ago that in Han's rap, he kind of starts with like a little bit of a mumble or almost like a whisper tone, and then a little bit towards the half of that, he coughs and then gets really aggressive with his rapping. And I had never noticed that. Years later, never picked up on that. And now that I hear it, it's awesome. Really well, really great performance from him. I wish I had seen it before, because I would have totally mentioned that in my rapping video, because I think that would have been a great thing to mention. Anyways, Heyday, one of their best songs by far. Case 143. I actually didn't know that people hated this song at first, because I quite like it. Case 143, one of their better songs. I think it was bold, I suppose, because it was a love song as a title track, but I don't think that's that crazy. Maybe because it just came off of Ordinary, but I think it held up pretty well. Chill. Ooh. I gotta go with Chill being... I'd say it's probably a 5-star Michelin, but maybe a little bit to the bottom of 5-star Michelin, around that area. Give Me Your TMI, another one that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough, but it doesn't get talked about for a reason, but it's still good, if you know what I mean. Superboard, also not one of my favorites. Like, it's good, I'll listen to it, but I can't listen to it over and over. I kind of get sick of it after a bit. 3 Racha, said this earlier. 3 Racha is one of their best songs. 3 Racha unit songs usually are really good. Taste, another great unit song on the album. I feel like Maxident's unit songs are pretty good, but Can't Stop, Hear Me Out, I don't think it's Vocal Racha's best song. I think they've got way better songs. Doesn't mean it's bad. Not bad, but not their best, unfortunately. I kind of think I have to put it down here, actually. Yeah. Close to You. Close to You. You know what? Close to You is Seungmin's best one. I think that one's pretty good. Connected. Ooh, we're at the solos now. Connected is a little interesting, but we'll put it at 5-star. Limbo. Ooh, I didn't like this one at first, and then I saw people were really interested in it, or people really liked it, and I considered changing my mind, and I did, and now I like it. Doodle. I think he's got better songs. Love Untold, unfortunately, kind of one down there. Never cared for it that much. Run, I feel like some of them Some of the solos are good, are really good, or they're just kind of okay. Deep End, I mean, it's popular for a reason. It's a really good one. Stars and Raindrops. You know, I'm surprised this one doesn't get talked about more either. I really like this one. This one's good. And then we got Hug Me by Ian. Unfortunately, I think I have to put this one down here as well. Love Stay, another song about stay. I don't care for that messaging, but the song itself, one of their best ballads. I really like this one. Zone. Three Roch's songs. I think this one is about on par to Just Breathe, if not a little bit lower than it. Ooh. Yeah, no, I think this one's better as an I Like It. And then Close. If I'm not mistaken, this was the first Skiz player and Skiz record. I don't think it's the best one though. Unfortunately, I have to put it kind of low. Streetlight. Ooh, I like this one a lot. I think it's a really strong kind of hip hop song with that melodic side. I don't think we see a lot of Stray Kids doing hip hop in the sense that they have that louder, rap heavy verse and then a chorus with more vocal stuff. Outside of, you got God's Menu where the pre-chorus is that vocal area. But the chorus isn't necessarily vocal driven. And it'd be really interesting to see them do more of that. I hate to admit, also, one of their best songs. I think it's really interesting how Bank Chan actually wrote, produced, and obviously performed it all on his own. Because we don't see them actually doing that a whole lot. I Got It is also, unfortunately, kind of lower. Miss You. Who wrote Miss You? Is it Hyunjin? I think it was Hyunjin. I don't remember it. Mock Me on Top. This one's really good. I like this one. I think it's a fun song. Alien. Alien is one of Han's better solo songs. Han has really great, what would I call it, variety. His songs are very diverse. That's the word. And he's really good at going all around with it. I think Alien is one of his best songs. Because is up there too. Piece of a Puzzle, same place. I think this one goes up here. Wish You Back. Unfortunately, I gotta put it there. Yeah, no. I think this one's better. I like that one better. Happy, here. Up All Night, middle. Drive, middle. Ice Cream, middle. Volcano, middle. The Sound. Oh, okay. The Sound. Hear Me Out. Hear Me Out. Okay, are you hearing me out? The Sound is one of their best songs. And here's why. The chorus. The first chorus into the second verse is really cool. I like the instrumentation on it. And I think the sound on its own is very powerful. Battleground is another strong one. I'd give this upper, maybe lower 5-star Michelin. And then we got Lost Me. Lost Me I actually don't remember much of. DLMLU. Don't Let Me Love You. Unfortunately kind of low. My friend likes this one a lot, but I haven't cared for it a ton. Novel, there as well. There though. There is up there with one of the better ones, so there is actually there. No, there is there. Yeah, there. There's there. And Snane. Ooh. Snane I actually don't care for that much. Hall of Fame. Again, they do really well with their intro songs. Hall of Fame goes up in 5-star Michelin. S-Class. Not their best title track. But I like the vision of it. And I like the song itself. I'm going to put it lower 5-star Michelin. No, S-Class is way better than Elevator. Yeah. Yeah. Item, I'd say Item is about a little bit better than S-Class. Super Bowl is really good. Super Bowl is one of their best songs by far. Great one. Top Line, I mean, obviously Top Line goes in Top Line. Is that any question? DLC, ooh. DLC, I think I gotta go middle with this one. Get Lit. What did I just do? Get Lit also. I don't know. Do I put it here? Do I put it here? Do I put it here? I'm putting it there. Get Lit is the Top Line song. Get Lit, really good. Han did really good with this one. Collision. See, the thing is, I like it. I like it a lot. But, I like it, but it's not... See, I don't know how to even explain it. My thought is, I like it, but it's not anything insane to me. FNF, I like. I like this one a lot. It's not anything necessarily insane, or... I don't want to say it's not anything special, but it's definitely kind of more that laid back sound in the sense that it's not anything complicated. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a very complicated song, but it's still good. I don't think that because it's simpler, it's bad. I think FNF is a fairly strong song. Beautiful. So many songs that are dedicated to Stay or whatever. However, I do like this song. I do like it. Party's Not Over. I'll be honest, I've heard this song maybe 2 times. So I can't really judge it super well. Same with Hold On. Contradicting. I like this one. Contradicting is pretty good. Miserable You and Me. I haven't heard it a ton, and I didn't care for it at first. This one took a little bit of replaying to fully grasp, and it's, what is it, hyperpop? Yeah, I think hyperpop. Yeah, hyperpop. And it kind of leans into that a lot, and if you're not expecting it, it's not going to feel very interesting, or it's going to feel like too much. But after I got through that, I think it's definitely up there. And then we have Hyunjin on Rush. So this isn't his song originally. Hyunjin just hopped on a remix of it or whatever. I like the song. I like Rush a lot. But I feel like Hyunjin's part is kind of lame. He doesn't do a whole lot on it, unfortunately. I feel like it was going to be just Troye Sivan and Pink Panthers. But then he managed to get Hyunjin on the collab too. And he kind of squeezed him in last minute. So he doesn't really have much in the song. And I think that's kind of a disappointing thing. Or that's a little bit of a disappointment, because Hyunjin would have done so well with the song. So I feel like it's a little bit disappointing that he's not on it more. But I think what he does with it, with his parts, he does well. So I like the song. Not saying I don't like the song. I just wish it was more. You know? Fly High. Fly High is, if you don't know, it was a song affiliated with a Samsung promotion. And Changbin wrote it with a couple other people. I think Versace wrote on it too. Either Versace or was it Restart? I don't remember. But it was written as a regular song, essentially. And then it was repurposed to be used as a promotional song. And we don't hear it much, because the only way to really listen to it officially is from the ad. So I like the song, but again, it's one of those songs where it's obvious that it wasn't meant to be officially used anywhere, because it's just kind of okay. Social Path. I actually didn't like Social Path for a little bit, but now I do like it quite a lot. I felt like the chorus was kind of bland and it needed a little bit more. I think it totally fits into the J-pop style, and that's why it does have almost a bland sound to it. So I think it just took a second. Butterflies. Oh, Butterflies. I gotta go middle. I'm sorry. All my life with Stray Kids. I think Stray Kids did really well with this song, actually. I think it's one of those remixes where they're... Here's what's hard. A lot of people will remix a song and they'll abandon the original concept of the song. Stray Kids didn't do that. They stuck to it. And I think that's really good that they did. And I think that adds to it and, obviously builds to that remix. And the song definitely fit them. I think it works really well. It goes really well with Social Path because they're kind of the similar style or lyrical influence. Ooh, Want So Bad. You guys might hate me on this one, but I actually don't like it. I don't think it's the best song that they've ever released. I think it's just okay. Megaverse, though, one of their best, without a doubt. Easily top line. Right up here. Same with La 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 La. By far one of the best. Also, this screen is getting too big. Can I zoom out like that? Okay. Hopefully y'all can still see because we're running out of room. What about like that? We'll try this. Blind Spot. Ooh. I think middle on this one. Complex. Better than Blind Spot, but again, middle. Cover Me. One of the better B-sides on the album. Leave, also one of the better ones. Leave and Cover Me, really good. La 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 rock version. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't know who did this remix version, but it doesn't make sense at all. Like, I think it makes sense to have a version with more guitar in the song since it's called Rockstar. Logically, it makes sense to have this song, but I think it kind of sucks. I'll be honest. It feels like it's an instrumentation with the original lyrics and what would it be called? Not flow. Kind of flow, but that sort of lyrical pattern just layered on top of another song. It doesn't make much sense and it doesn't feel all that interesting. It feels kind of overwhelming and messy, if you will. Untitled by IN with Hyunjin. I think it's one of IN and Hyunjin's better songs, but it's not anything crazy. Black Hole, unfortunately, kind of around that area too. Then we got, what is the song even called? Respect. Second Grader, Respect Your Elders, is it? No, that's not it. Second Grader, Respect Each Other. I'm not sure. I think it's interesting. I think their voices together go really well, but it's certainly not like a spectacular song. Was this song for an ad too? I'm pretty sure this song was used in an ad as well. That's interesting. Like Magic. Okay. I actually like this song, but I don't love it. I think it's okay. The chorus is a little iffy. I think JYP's part on it is really good. I think he did really well with his singing. And yeah, I feel like the anti-drop just doesn't work in this song, unfortunately. Eternity, one of the better solo tracks, honestly. I think this one's really good. 13, however, hasn't stuck with me. Long For You? Okay. Long For You? Oh. I'm thinking of saying something, but I don't know if I agree with it. I want to say Long For You is one of the best Skiz players or Skiz records. But I'm doubting myself because I don't know. I feel like there's so many other good songs, but Long For You is also really good. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's one of the best because I feel like there's so many good ones, but I will say it's for sure in this top line section. Long for You is a really strong one. Phobia, another popular one, probably the most popular solo track from Seungmin for those OSTs, but not my jam. Hey You. Ooh, I gotta go middle with Hey You. Destiny, also kind of low. Why is really good. I like Why a lot. I'm gonna put Why at the top. I think there's a part in the, is it the bridge? I think it's the bridge. Oh, I got a couple things to say about this song. First off, we'll start at the beginning of the song. I think it's really interesting how the lyrics are, in the sense that it's one line and then there's a little ad lib at the end where it's either why, when, where, or whatever, and it ties into it. It starts with why, and then the next line is da da da. This is why. It's where, and then it's they're everywhere. You know what I mean? Maybe I sound insane, but then there's the bridge where Felix is kind of in the back, is going yeah yeah yeah, and it's quiet at first. You almost don't notice it, and then the next time it happens, it's a little bit louder, and then the next time it happens, it's kind of in your face. It's a lot louder. And that kind of really builds up that tension really well, but almost not like in a way where you're forced to hear it. You kind of can notice it, but you're not necessarily... It's like you don't notice it, but your brain does, if you know what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by Han with Bae of NMIX. She didn't write on the song, she just sang on it. And... I feel like I'm ranking so many Han songs low, but I still like them. I feel like it's just a different sound. Lose My Breath. Okay. I honestly like Lose My Breath as a song. I think this one's good. Is it their best song to come out of 2024? Absolutely not. But I think Lose My Breath was kind of a song that they had to write to learn a lot. Charlie Puth is a really good songwriter at his core. 3RACHA learned a lot from him to be able to write even better songs on their own as well. I think they learned a lot from him, so I think Lose My Breath was a great thing for them to have. The song that came from it is upper okay, I'd say. It's clear that it was whoa, I cannot talk. It's clear it was targeted for a Western audience, but the Western audience rejected it. Can I talk again now? Yeah, I can talk now. Okay, we're past that. I know how to talk again. Next we have Respirator by Han and Seungmin. Also, I like the meaning of the song. I really like the meaning, but unfortunately, I do have to rank it in the middle. Maybe... I actually think I've only heard this song once, so unfortunately I do have to rank it kind of low. See, I don't know. If I've only heard it once, can I officially rank it low at the bottom? I mean, I put MIA down there, didn't I? Or am I just being too harsh without ranking properly? I'm going to put it at the bottom. Sorry, maybe. Mountains is the top one. Obviously. Chick Chick Boom, also a top line song. This is great. Love it so much. Chick Chick Boom. Jam, however, I don't know. Is it an I like it or a 5-star? I think, unfortunately, I do have to say I like it. I like it. Okay. Not to break patterns, but I like it is actually not an I like it. I like it is actually a top line. This song's really good. I quite like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. Anyways, Runners. Ooh. Is Runners better than Jam? I'm going to say it is. Twilight, unfortunately, I have to go middle on that one too. Stray Kids, Stray Kids is better than Jam as well. Oh, I lost it. There it is. And Chick Chick Boom Festival version. I think this is actually really good. I think it did better than the La 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 rock version, where it doesn't necessarily feel like it's the vocals just slapped on top of an instrumental, but they're actually tied into it a little bit better, and that might be a mixing thing. It might not have been mixed very well for the rock version, but this one clearly was written with kind of a concept in mind initially, and I think that definitely benefits it. However, I do think that the original song is better overall. I think that the festival version is fun live, really fun to listen to, but it's not structurally written super great. I think it's kind of bland in the lyrics, or not the lyrics, in the verses, but the chorus is really interesting. You know what I mean? Then we have Slash. Slash is one of their best soundtrack songs. I was a little disappointed to see it not really included in the movie Super Great. Like, I had no idea it was even in the movie when I went to see it the first time. I went there to hear the song. I was interested in seeing the movie, and when I found out the song was going to be in it, I was really excited. But then the movie ended and I never heard it. So I went online and apparently it played during the birthday party scene, but I never heard it. So I don't know. I was a little disappointed, but the song on its own, pretty good. I like it. Human. I feel bad. Okay. Hopefully Han's not watching this video, because unfortunately I think a lot of his songs are lower for me. Human is kind of lower too. Night. I like Night. I like the bridge where Changbin and Han are rapping. But I honestly think Falling Up is better. I do quite like Falling Up a lot. So I'm going to put Falling Up above it. Then we have They with Changbin's feature. I think it sounds a lot like an ITZY song, but it also doesn't. So, okay, here, this is what's weird. They doesn't sound like a Stray Kids song, and it also doesn't sound like an ITZY song. It sounds like something else. It's like a third thing. And I think that's really interesting. So, I do think this is in the middle. I think it's for sure better than, where is it? You Like the Wind? I don't even know where that is. Yeah, I think definitely better than You Like the Wind, unfortunately. Come Play, top song. I know they didn't write it, but it's still a great song. I like Come Play a lot. Funny enough, Come Play was one of the reasons I started watching Arcane. I had originally listened to parts of the soundtrack before I saw the TV series, and that kind of got me interested in watching it. Then we have Giant. Giant's a good one. I don't think it's their best Japanese song, but it's certainly not their worst, or not that high. I'm sorry, Giant. I didn't mean to put you that high. Cyan, unfortunately kind of low. This one song that is in Japanese, I don't know how to pronounce. I Wokureta no... I'm not even going to bother. I can't read Japanese at all. Actually, I think I like this one better than Cyan. Christmas Love, also better than Cyan. Walking on Water, good, but not their best title track, unfortunately. Bounce Back, didn't care for it at first, but now I do quite like this one. You, I think this is, if they didn't write songs, their title tracks, now to be pretty much just about themselves or boasting or whatever, I think You would have been the title track, and I think it is the best full group song on the album. And then Walking on Water hip version. Ooh, I actually don't remember much of this song, but I don't think I cared for it a ton. Railway. Ooh, here we are at these solos now. Railway. I think it's good, but it's not his... I feel bad saying it's not his best song, because it is a great song, but it's not like... See, here's the thing. Railway versus Eternity. which song would I say is better? I would probably say Railway at first. But there's such different songs, so it's hard to exactly compare them. Whereas something like, I don't know, Cover Me and Leave, these are fairly similar, right? I would probably say that I like Leave a little bit more. And I think better wise, Cover Me is probably a little bit better. Anyways, I'm ranting. Railway, 5-star Michelin. Unfair, I think it's the most popular one for a reason. I think Unfair is really good. I like that one quite a lot. Hallucination. Ooh, I actually really like this one as well. Hallucination is probably one of the top songs too. Youth, unfortunately, never been a huge fan of Youth. I'll listen to it, I enjoy it, but not my absolute favorite. So Good, this one is literally so good. Big fan of So Good. Ultra, also ultra good. Put it there. Hold My Hand, I've been ranking Han low, unfortunately. However, Hold My Hand is another great one. I love Hold My Hand. As We Are, I mentioned earlier that the ballad songs kind of don't get a ton of attention. As We Are is one of those, and I would actually rank As We Are in top line. I quite like As We Are. Quill Pen, we haven't gotten many of these Skiz records lately, and this is kind of like the last one for a while, and I really liked the little bit at the end. Is it a whistling? The whistle. I love that whistle. I think that's a really good touch for the song, and for that reason it's going to be a 5-star Michelin. Reawaker, like can play. Reawaker is the reason that I watched Solo Awakening. Yeah, it was a solo... No, not Solo Awakening. Solo Awakening. Solo Leveling. Reawaker is the reason I watched Solo Leveling. And, I mean, the song... I mean, pretty good song. I'll put it there. I think Lisa and Felix's voices really go well together. I think when they layer on top of each other, they're going on their own parts at the same time. Really well done. Really good mixing. My Destiny, unfortunately kind of a lower song. I do have to put it down in just a little bit. Burnin' Tires, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put in 5-star Michelin. It's a fun one. This was a really fun one to see live, and I don't think it gets enough attention. Truman, again, here's the thing. I feel like people like to rat on popular songs because they're popular, but the thing is, they're popular for a reason, and for me, Truman is popular for a reason. Truman is really good. I think they did really well with this song. Felix and Han and the other songwriter. I think there was another songwriter on here. But, you know, it's popular for a reason. It's pretty good. Pretty good song. Escape. I think, unfortunately, I do have to say I don't care for Escape all that much. I think Bankchan and Hyunjin, they've written a couple songs together. They wrote Cover Me and Red Lights, and then a couple other ones, but they're not released. I think I would say Red Lights and Cover Me are better than Escape, unfortunately. Cinema. Cinnamon. Cinema is also a top one. Cinema for me, honestly, competes with Truman. I quite like Cinema a lot. Really good one. Unfortunately, it doesn't get a ton of attention, but I do enjoy it a ton. Start. Ooh. Okay. Ian, Lino, and Sungmin on one song is awesome. However, the song is just kind of okay. And I think that has to unfortunately do with they didn't write it. Hollow has to be one of the biggest surprises for me from Stray Kids songs in 2025. Because this song, I mean, obviously, I don't think anyone expected a Japanese song to be necessarily this good, because I feel like a lot of the times their Japanese songs are pre-existing songs where they take the kind of okay but kind of good songs that maybe the Japanese market will like it, and they stuff it into that. And well, obviously Bankchan didn't think it would be that good. He was a little surprised by how it performed. And, it's great to see that people enjoy the song because it is so good. Parade, also a fun one. It's very loud. It's more in line with the regular Stray Kids sound, but however, I do think it's more of a middle ground area. Never Alone. This one's very clearly meant for a Japanese market. I think that not necessarily every song is ported into Japanese. I think this one was written for a Japanese market, and it's obviously not to my taste because that's not what I listen to. I don't really listen to J-pop. Just a Little. Okay. One of their best Japanese songs ever. I think Just a Little is really good. I love Lino's part in the second verse. I'm not going to try and replicate it because you will have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you listen through, pay attention for Lino in the second verse where it's going kind of up and down and up and down. I love that part. Really good. Really compliments the song a ton. And the song on its own, the lyrics are great. Just a great song overall. Then we have Fate. Honestly, I don't remember much of the song. I haven't listened to it a ton. Always Love is another good song. Hyunjin didn't write on it, but he got more lines on it than Rush, obviously. I think David wrote it really well, and I think having Hyunjin feature on this song totally expanded it. Like, I love David's music as well. I think he's got great songs, and I think out of a lot of the songs he's written, this is probably the best song to choose to put him on. Goodbye. This is an interesting one because apparently they had the song for a while, and then Seungmin had been listening to it for like a year or so. And then eventually he decided he'd re-record his vocal production or vocal performance on it, and that's what we have now. I'd be really interested to hear that older one and kind of compare it to this. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but I do like this one quite a lot. I like Goodbye. And then we got the Karma tracks. Bleep. Unfortunately, I do have to say Bleep is kind of under there. Kind of a lower intro song for me. Ceremony, also not my favorite title track, but I do think it is still good. I think it's got a little bit, I don't want to say too much going for it, but I do feel like there are parts that they wanted to include for the sake of theming that don't necessarily work super great, if you will. Creed, oh, I'm going to say Creed is actually the best song on 5 Star. On 5 Star? On Karma. I think Creed is the best song on Karma. And I don't think it's a top line song though. I do think it's unfortunately still a 5-star Michelin. Mess, also just kind of okay for me. In my head, I think it's a very specific sound, and if you're used to that sound or you like that sound already, this song will definitely be for you. However, I'm not one of those people. I'm not used to that kind of sound. So for me, it is lower on that. Halftime I like better. Phoenix is good. Phoenix, I would say, is also up there with Creed. Ghost is also, I'd say maybe like a lower 5-star. And 0801, unfortunately for now, I do think I have to put it in just a little bit. Ceremony Festival version, I think structurally, I've said it before, I think it's written better than Chick Chick Boom Festival version. However, I don't care for the execution that well. And lastly, we have Changbin's feature on 2PM's June K for R&B Me. I actually haven't heard the song a ton quite yet, but I do have to say I don't know how many times I'm going to be listening to it because it's just not one of my favorites. But that is every song from Stray Kids listed and ranked, or at least most of them. I think it should be all of them. But we've got, okay, I said there wouldn't be many in the top line, but apparently I put a lot up there, a lot in the upper goods, a lot in the middle. See, this is interesting because a lot of these I do like. I like a lot of these. I feel like a lot of these could be in this as well. So I don't know. I didn't rank these. I didn't necessarily rank these in order of I love it to you, I hate it. This is the worst song ever. Because I like a lot of these. I don't know. I said I don't like Want So Bad, but I also do like it. It's just not my favorite song. There's so many other great songs that they have. So it's hard to rank. But I think most of these on the bottom, I would stand by not being my favorites. Like, I don't know the last time I've gone out of my way to listen to My Pace, or Going Dumb, or 4419, or X. Like, you get what I'm saying? There's so many songs, and they have so many great ones too. So it's hard to be very specific about it. But anyways, am I insane? Did I rank these horribly? Let me know, and I will probably disagree with you. But anyways, this is for 10,000 subscribers, which, as I'm recording this now, because I've been putting it off, procrastinating, because I don't like recording things for a long time. We're actually at 11,000 now, which is insane. You guys are so insane, crazy. I don't even know what to say. I didn't plan this at all. But it's wild to me. I've said it before. It still baffles me that so many of you guys like the videos I make. And it's so different from the usual videos that you see. So it's interesting to see it kind of connecting well. And I really appreciate all the support that you guys give me with it, and kind of sticking through it all to see me changing things or trying to improve things, even with maybe they're not great improvements, you know? And I appreciate you guys letting me know about that, obviously. But anyways, thank you for 10,000 subscribers, or technically 11,000 now. I hope you enjoyed the ranking, maybe. Thanks for watching. Bye 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 bye. Watch it not be recording.